Me and you shall never part, Maki da da. As soon as I heard that line, I knew that I was going to be in trouble. I put a video out on 4 Colored Girls and a resounding number of people commented, "Can you make a video on the color purple?" And here I am, thinking to myself, it's called The Color Purple. How bad could this movie be? And I don't mean bad like it's a bad movie. Oh no, it is a masterclass of a film. But I just meant it can't possibly be worse than 4 Colored Girls. No way possible. And then I watched it. All 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 46 seconds. Oh my gosh, strap in. This is gonna be a heavy one. This is The Color Purple. Wait a minute, is Whoopi Goldberg in this movie? Now I know a lot of y'all are probably thinking to yourself, when did this movie come out? Came out in 1985. And I'm not gonna hold you. Whoopi Goldberg was fine as hell in this movie. I mean, God. I know a lot of people hate on Whoopi Goldberg. They make a bunch of really colorist jokes about her. I mean, it just happened recently. I don't know if any of y'all have heard that Glorilla diss track, but she mentions Whoopi Goldberg in it. My thing is, if you're gonna make fun of someone dark skinned, at least make fun of someone that's actually ugly. I mean, Welvin the Great is right there. All right, I'm just kidding. Got him. All right, my bad. Our movie starts out with 2 sisters, Netty and Celie. Celie is played by Whoopi Goldberg, and Netty's played by somebody with a name very hard to pronounce, Akasua Usia. Probably just butchered her name, but don't worry, I'll have the editor put it up on the screen. Okay, we're 5 minutes into this movie, and Netty and her sister are having fun in a field, and here comes their lame-ass dad. Celie, you got one of the ugliest smiles this half of the Mississippi. Oh my God, we're 6 minutes into this movie, and he's already calling his daughter ugly. Now, things get pretty heavy after this point. Now, you know that I make a lot of jokes, and I try to make things lighthearted, but this is not one of those moments. So, trigger warning for assault and but Celie's dad has been her for a while now, to the point where she has 2 children, and every time that she does have children, he gives them away. She has a little boy named Adam and a daughter named Olivia. Now Celie's explaining that her dad has been a little weird. About weird, I mean he's constantly harassing her. I mean, look at this weird dude right now. He won't even let his daughter leave to go to school, just following her on the porch. Now at this point in the movie, he gets married to this woman named Gray. Thank God, because hopefully he'll focus on her and not his little ass daughter. Anyways, this is Danny Glover. Y'all may have seen him in like Lethal Weapon, Jumanji, Sorry to Bother You, things like that. But he plays Albert, aka Mister, aka weird ass dude with a bad haircut. Now Mister pops up because he wants to marry his little daughter Netty. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, what is up with these dudes wanting to marry these little behind girls? Like, oh, they don't got nothing to offer you. Like, bro, the amount of girls in this movie is astounding to me. We're not even 15 minutes in and I've seen 2. Now Mister and Celie and Netty's dad have a pedo off here on the porch. He doesn't want to give up Netty, but Mister wants Netty. But he does give up Celie. This is where our story really starts and where everything kind of goes downhill. It's really, really sad, I'm gonna be honest. I know I sound like I'm having a good time, but I cried multiple times watching this movie as well. I don't know why you guys keep doing this to me, but as long as you keep giving me traumatic movies to make videos on, I'll do my best. My God, I'm gonna need therapy soon. Anyways, they go to the crib and oh my God, his son smacked her in the head with a rock. Now this is your new mama, everybody. Ain't my mama. God damn. Yo, why did he smack her in the head with that rock like that? Bro, that looked like the meteor that killed the dinosaurs, bro. I can't believe he smacked her with that jump. Now that night, Mister performed his first pedo act by having with a 14-year-old girl. God, I hope he dies. Now, this woman in this picture that she's looking at, her name is Shug. And she's very important to the story. Not yet, because we're clearly not even to the point where she's an adult. So we're just not at that point in the movie. But just hold on to that, because she's going to be a very pivotal character. Foreshadowing. Anyways, you remember earlier when I said I can't believe she got smacked with the rock? Well, speaking of getting smacked, he made her clean up the entire kitchen. First off, this looked like the Goofy meme. Like, did you live like this? Oh my God, clean your house up. I don't know if we're watching The Color Purple or an episode of Hoarders, but somebody needs the help. Now, Celie actually cleans this whole place up, which is insane to me. Like, how did you do that and how long did it take? Had to have taken days. But then he's combing this little girl's hair, and because she can't make her be quiet, he smacks her in the mouth. Don't talk back to me, baby. Oh my God, how'd you slap me? Stop playing with me, guys. This next part of the movie is pretty sad though, because Celie's in town and she sees this preacher wife. Now, earlier in the movie, she said she heard a rumor that her dad ended up selling her son Adam to this preacher and his wife, and that's exactly what happened. But he sold a daughter to him too, it seems, Olivia. And she follows her all the way into this store and asks, can she hold her? And this part really hit me because it's sad when you think about it. I mean, there's a billion other things that could have happened to these kids, right? I mean, on one hand, it's good that they got sold to somebody, you know, someone that actually cared. But it's sad when you really think about it. Because I mean, the best case scenario is that things weren't as bad as they are and she got to keep her children. It's something that hit me hard because I'm somebody that lost their mom. My mom died when I was 17 years old, and my dad is somebody that wasn't in my life. But I remember having a mom for those 17 years, and I know how important I was to her. So just seeing this look in her eyes, it hurt, man. You know, like, it looks like she doesn't even want to let Olivia go. This is the first time in the movie that I actually shed a couple tears, because I have this picture of my mom on my desk and I look at her often, and just seeing her react to not having her daughter like this, it just made me think of my mom. Don't take your children for granted is what I'm saying. And I think because of that, I know one day hopefully I'm gonna be a father and a husband, and I'm gonna be the best father and husband I can be. I'm never gonna let go of my kids. So I felt that pain that Celie felt in this moment. In brighter news though, Netty comes to stay. And in brighter, I mean, it's nice for a moment because the sisters have been reunited, but it's really bad though because Mister is a pedo, so you know how that goes. Anyways, Netty's really cool though because her, Shug, and a character by the name of Sophia are three of the strongest women in this movie. They don't be standing for nothing. They stand up for themselves. And she's constantly trying to tell Celie to stand up for herself with these kids. These bad ass kids. That's God. They always messing with her. Anyways, they're in the room that night and they're making fun of Mister and how weird he is. And oh, Netty, I like your smile and your pretty skin and you smell so good. Hey, yo, he's weird. Now that night they made a promise that Netty was going to go to school and learn how to read and write for both of them. So when they do get inevitably broke apart, she could write to her and they be able to stay in contact. Apple, A-P-P-L-E. Bro, you know this moment right here where she's teaching her how to read helped me because I also can't read. Unless there's pictures. Me and Dr. Seuss are best friends. Bro, Mister's such a hater though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, look at him. Like, she in there trying to learn how to read and here he come talking about, ain't you got something better to do? Bro, don't you got a barber to go to? Comb your hair. Out here looking like Lamont Sanford. Like, I'm really on this dude right now. It's nice seeing those two girls together, man. Look, they even carved each other's name in a tree. You know, one day that tree will be knocked down and that lane will be turned into a Walmart. They have no idea. Bro, look at this weirdo on the porch. Did he use this newspaper to cover up Celie so he could look at Netty? Ah, somebody stop him. Now, this next part is also gonna need a trigger warning. Dude is a weirdo. Look at him smiling at her on his horse, bro. Like, bro, why is you chasing this little girl down? Like, obviously she's just trying to go to school. Why are you bothering her? Now, he hopped out of the horse and he ends up running up on her. And at this point, you probably can guess what happened. Well, at least what was gonna happen if Netty didn't stand up for herself. Now, he pulled her into the woods and he was gonna try to rape her, but thank God Netty hit him in his nuts. Oh my God. Hit him straight in the scrotum. Look at her. Now, he's really mad because she's obviously not gonna let him just do whatever. So when they get back to the house, he ends up throwing her out. This part is also really sad because they literally are crying and holding each other and begging him, please don't make her leave. This is the second time in the movie and last time in the movie that they get separated. And it's gonna be a very long time before they see each other again. I hate Mister. He's probably one of the characters that I hate the most in like all fiction. Like, look at her screaming, why? Like, that really killed me, bro. Nothing but death can keep me from her. Oh man. They doing a Maki Dada, the handshake on the way out. Like, that part really killed me, bro. I hate Mister, man. I would have took this motherfucking razor, boy. I would have cut his neck. I ain't gonna lie. Could have been killed him. You got me and I killed. How you gonna kill me if you're already dead? Bro, how did he have all these kids? Like, where did all of these kids come from? Like, to this day, I don't know. Like, are they Shug's kids? I don't think so, but maybe, you know what? I don't know. Someone tell me down below in the comment section if you know whose kids those are, or if we're ever told. Bro, look at this bad behind kid just smiling at her on this swing. I hate his kids. Are those pickled eggs in there in the kitchen? What? They ate pickled eggs back then? Now, he gets excited when the mail comes because Shug writes him letters. This is when we have our first time skip. And when Whoopi Goldberg comes into the movie, her fine ass. Or is she bad? Anyways, Shug is back in town by this point, and all he ever wants to do is meet Shug, bring Shug home. You see, him and Shug had this like relationship in the past. He's kind of obsessed with her, and all he ever wants to do is to marry her. She don't want this dude though. It's kind of sad when you think about it. Like, you're a lame, bro. You're one of those dudes that are super worried about a woman that doesn't care about you. Could never be me. Only woman I worry about is my left hand. I'm just kidding. I'm a gooner in the big 2025. It's crazy. But you know, I realized after my last long-term relationship that I think I'm one of those guys that is meant for like his soulmate, you know? Like, I'm not really the date around type. I tried it for a while and I was like, nah, I'm good. I think I'm the type that's gonna find somebody they really care about and just court them. And you know, there's nothing wrong with it. But when you do it like Mister, you realize that this is a lame ass nigga. Anyways, Celie's really sad because he realizes that her sister might be dead. She said that nothing but death would keep them apart and she's not around anymore. Because it's only naturally Celie, that you might think that your sister's dead. Anyways, this next part of the movie is one of my favorites because it inserts one of the baddest, and I mean most rigorously savage characters in all of this movie, Oprah Winfrey, aka Sophia, aka I got them hands, aka stop playing with me, I ain't letting no man put his hands on me, aka I'ma hit him with the right hook, aka I'ma knock his dumb ass out. Anyways, Harpo ends up with Shorty, and I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the most infamous scenes in movie history coming up. One of my favorite quotes, actually. Now, Harpo and Sophia is at the house because Harpo wants to marry Sophia. He's introducing her to his dad, and obviously Mr. Hayden, like the misogynist pedo he is. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Man, these women be tripping, son. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, she pretty and all that, but that don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you bringing that shorty up in the crib, what's she gonna do for you? Did she cook? Did she clean? I mean, I know she can cook. She got that little flabby thing on the elbow, you know what I'm saying? You know what? I don't need to stand here and listen to this. Harpo, don't have me waiting too long. Oh, baby, you know I ain't gonna have you.
I said don't have me waiting too long.
All right. And that turned into an I do. And next thing you know, they're married. And Harpo is building their house. And oh my God. Did he just fall through the roof? It's gonna rain on your head. Now, obviously, Sophia is one of those girls that she ain't listening to no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's standing on hers. Don't need no man. But she wants a man. I mean, she loves Harpo. God knows she. All right, my fault. I'm jumping the gun. Now, Harpo doesn't know what to do to get her to listen to him. So his dad tells him, just hit her. And Celie does too. Not because she doesn't care about Sophia. Not because she doesn't love Sophia. Because she doesn't know anything else. She's been getting beat her whole life. And that's all she knows that works. And this created one of the best quotes in all of movie history. All my life I had to fight. To fight my daddy, fight my uncles, had to fight my brothers. Girl, a child ain't safe in the house of men. But I never thought I had to fight my own house. I loves Harpo. I knows I do. But I kill him dead before I let him beat me. You want a dead son-in-law, Miss Celie? You keep on advising him the way you do. Sheesh. Well, that's a grade A quote right there. Ah, God. Sophia not playing. Anyways, a lot of time went on after this. Harpo beat Sophia. Sophia beat Harpo. Sophia just couldn't take it no more. So she got her family. They took the kids and they left. Now, Celie is still sad because she's waiting to hear from her sister. And obviously, it's one of those situations where she's probably not going to hear from her. Only because Mr. be running to the mailbox. Dude is so sprung over Shug. My God. Now, it was a dark and stormy night after this. Celie knew something was coming. Something real bad. It was the day that Mr. brought Shug home. Now, as soon as they bring Shug in, she looks Celie straight in her face. Oh, God, you sure is ugly. Like, God, damn, you gonna call me ugly in my own house? Yo, she got to talking crazy to him. I ain't gonna lie. I don't need no little boy, Albert. I can't say no to his daddy. I don't want you to smell that pipe. Tell that thing that make me something to eat. Yo, first off, tell that thing that make me something to eat is crazy. Now, look at this douchebag, bro. He down there trying to make the food for her. Knowing dang well he don't know how to cook. I mean, Celie's trying to direct in the best way possible, but I mean, Mister's an idiot, so it's pretty hard. You don't even know how to use a stove. So Celie getting a front row seat at this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Pulled the chair right up to watch him. Oh my God. Yo, was this dude about to put gasoline in there? Bro, what type of nasty ass food is this, bro? He burnt everything on that plate. That jar looked like my dad. So Celie get to actually making some good food. Ham, eggs, pancakes, biscuits. God, that food look good. Yo, I know that ain't grits. Man, you know what? I know she about to eat this food. I ain't gonna lie. Now, she assumes that Sugar's gonna take this food and throw it at the wall. But actually, she took that food and she put it in the walls of her stomach. My God, how did she eat it that fast? What are you staring at? You ain't never seen a naked woman before? No, I actually have seen a naked woman a bunch of times, but not one quite like you. You have the body of a plank of wood with some titties. Do you have any kids? Yeah, they're with my ma and pa. Children gotta have a pa. Your pa love you? Her pa does love her. A little bit too much, actually. Loves her so much that he should be in prison or dead. Anyway, Shug has this really bad relationship with her dad, who's a pastor. She's one of those girls that traveled the world and, you know, slept with a lot of people. So, you know, back then, obviously having a dad as a pastor and being that type of woman, it's not as progressive as it is in 2025, you know? You got your dad calling you a sinning whore when actually you're just sexually liberated. Regular smegular day in the neighborhood. But because of this, she has terrible daddy issues and she wants to fix the relationship between them. She does it multiple times in this movie and eventually it works out, but not until like the last 10 minutes of the movie. Anyways, this old guy that just popped up at the house is Mr. Dad. Kind of a douchebag. He makes fun of him for pretty much everything that he does in life, which I'm kind of happy for because I hate Mr. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, he is a douchebag, but he's like one of those good douchebags. You know, the ones that tell the other douchebags how much of a douchebag they are? How many times am I going to say douchebag in this video? Now, some time passes after this, and since Shug is here and she's obviously doing a lot better than she was, she wants to sing. And what is a better way to sing than in a juke joint? Oh yeah, that's right. Harpo and his friend made a juke joint. Hold up. Is that Lawrence Fishburne? Yo, nobody told me that Morpheus was in this movie. Yo, Shug actually can sing though, I ain't gonna lie. And her outfit kind of crazy. She look like one of them girls on the strip in Fallout New Vegas. And my man Harpo having a good time too. He even got him a new girl. Yo, why did they just cook Whoopi Goldberg like this? Looks like Albert brought his maid. Last time I saw a hat like this was at my mama's funeral. And the next time you see a hat like this is gonna be at yours. I'm about to murder you. This pastor that they just paying to is Shug's dad. He hates the fact that there's this juke joint over there. And he hates the fact that his daughter's in there singing in it. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Shug is kind of hitting these notes right now though. And can we really acknowledge that? Sister, one of a kind. Sister, you got a big behind. Sister, I'd like to get behind you. That's just me singing to Whoopi because she's fine as hell. I really like this moment. It's nice that she sung to Celie like this. And Celie even got to stick her tongue out of those mean girls. Uh-oh, Sophia's here. You know what time it is. Ding, 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 ding. All she do is throw them Johns. You know she got them hands. Now she got herself a new dude. Can't even believe it. Here's my friend Henry Ball next. Everyone call him Buster. Now I ain't gonna lie, what kind of weird stuff is going on here? Because Harpo done popped up and took Sophia to dance. And this dude just okay with it. I don't give a fuck who you are. Or if I'm with my girl anywhere and you walk up and you take my shorty, if you even try to touch my shorty, bro, I don't give a fuck where we at. I'm doing that to you, boy. Stop playing with me, cuz. Anyways, his other girl popped up. Who is this? This is my wife, bro. What do you mean? And here she go talking heavy. Call shorty a heifer and everything. Slap Sophia in the mouth. Now everybody done got out the way because you know what time it is. Look at her. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Boom! Oh my God. Really punched her in the hole, bro. So everybody in there get to getting busy. Buster done put him in a headlock. Mister done jumped in it. And Celie just enjoying it. It's like Celie's at home watching the Zeus Network and Baddies is on. She is enjoying this. Anyway, Shug takes her and they go back to the house. Now she got Celie dressed up in her dress. Got her dancing, smiling, feeling herself. Man, this is a good moment right here, man. You gotta show that smile, Whoopi. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, she fine. Bro, if I had ran into Whoopi Goldberg in 1985, she would have been 1980 mine. You feel me? All right, that was trash. My fault. Now they start having this real intimate conversation that's kind of sad. She explains to Shug that he beats her when she's not around. He beats her because she's not Shug. And Shug explains that there are some things that she still loves about Albert and asks her if she minds if Albert sleeps with her. And it feels good to her. But Celie explains that it doesn't feel good to her. He just gets on top of me and does his business. It feels like he's just going to the toilet on me. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's sad, bro. Describing sexual intimacy as just someone using the bathroom on you. In a lot of ways, it makes sense though. I think Shug sees something in Celie in this moment. And they have this conversation where Shug explains to her that he was just jealous of her. And that's why she called her ugly. And then they share an intimate moment. Start kissing each other. And I don't know if this went anywhere else. Like they just started kissing, but I don't know if they had any like moments. It's one of those things up that I guess is left up to the viewer, you know? But in a lot of ways, I really feel like Shug did this to show her what intimacy was from somebody that actually cared about it. I don't know if that was the reasoning for the author making this moment this way, but I'd like to think so. I'd like to really think that maybe Shug just felt Celie needed to know what love felt like. Now Shug gets a job offer after this all the way in Chicago. This is kind of a sad moment for Celie because she really cares about Shug, but she does have the opportunity to tell her that she's gonna miss her. And Shug leaves Celie alone yet again. Sophia's gone, Shug's gone, her sister's gone, and she's left with Mister. Now after this, Sophia's in town. Now I'm not gonna lie, Sophia, the way she is in a town full of racist whites, you knew something bad was gonna happen. And here comes Miss Millie asking if she wants to be her maid. And obviously Sophia don't want to be nobody's maid, but she says hell no. This makes the mayor come over, which is Miss Millie's husband, who asked her, what did you say to Miss Millie? I said hell. In mid-sentence, the mayor slaps her in the mouth. Really sad what they do to black people, bro. Not only did they beat her, they put her in jail for 8 years. And then when they let her out, they made her be Miss Millie's maid anyway. Like, what type of bullshit is that? You know, sometimes white people really just get under my skin. And I am somebody that is black and white. I'm a 50-50, a African, if you will, an Amazonian zebra. All right, I'm sorry, I just had to. But that's besides the point. The thing that I'm trying to say is, as somebody that has white family, white people really just irritate me sometimes. And it's not all of y'all. There are some good white people, you know what I'm saying? And maybe it's just because I live in a very like rural, like kind of racist city. But my God, I mean, thank God it's not like it was in whatever time period this is. But that's besides the point. All I'm saying is Miss Millie is the worst. For all my white supporters out there, I love you guys. You're not any of the bad ones. It's like how you guys say that we're the good ones when being passive aggressively racist. Except for when I do it, it's actually true. Like you're not a bad one. It's terrible when you guys are passive aggressively racist, by the way. Just wanted you to know that. Please don't call us the good ones. We're just people. Anyways, Miss Millie gave Sophia the opportunity to spend the whole day with her children on Christmas. Christmas, which really turned into 15 minutes because Miss Millie was trying to leave and she can't drive. They tried to help her leave, but then she got afraid because she's racist and they're all black guys. Oh, they're gonna attack me. I need you to take me home, Sophia, because no one else can take me home because I don't know how to drive and I don't trust anybody else. Oh, woe is me. I'm white and I'm a victim. Man, shut your bitch ass up. Anyway, Sophia got to spend, literally 5 minutes with her kids because Miss Millie is the worst human ever. But at least she got to get away from Miss Millie for the 5 or 10 minutes that was and got to see her kids, though. Could have been worse. Could have had to spend her whole Christmas with Miss Millie and not seen her kids at all. Doesn't excuse it, but silver lining, right? This moment was really precious to me, though, because she hasn't seen her kids literally in 8 years. It's been so long, she feels like she don't even know her family anymore. You see what happened when you hit someone back for hitting you? Like, I can't even believe that happened. Like, he literally smacked her in the mouth, and she's the one that went to jail for retaliating. Now, after this, we get to spring of 1989. Wait a minute. Spring of 1936. I also can't read. Unless there's pictures. My God, 1936? We're not even in the 50s? Jesus. No wonder they don't have a television. Anyway, Shug pops up and she's got a husband with her. Wow, a husband. I can't believe this. Shug actually got married. She really only got married and tried to change her life around because she wanted the validation from her father. It's really sad when you think about it, but that's exactly what happened. Now, me personally, I don't care about having validation from anyone, but definitely not my dad. I can't even validate where my dad is half the time. Bro went to go get the milk and never came back. But anyways, they're actually getting along with each other. Surprisingly, they're bonding over the fact that they both have had sex with Shug multiple times. Anyways, the mailman comes and Shug goes to go get the mail and realizes that there's a letter. And since it's Easter, Netty wrote to Celie. You see, because the letters never got answered, she only writes to her on Christmas and Easter. Thank God that this dude was distracted today because she might have never gotten this letter. Now, in this letter, it explains to Celie that everything got better. She ended up with the people that took her son and her daughter in, and they're actually living life with her now as a family. Now, after they get done reading this letter, they realize that obviously there's a whole lot of letters that are missing. I mean, Netty describes that she's been writing to her a bunch of times, so they try to look for it. Now, they dig all in his room, and they eventually find this secret spot under the trunk in his bedroom closet. And there's a spider that comes out of there. Oh my God, what the fuck? I try not to kill spiders because I don't like killing living things. I try to put a piece of paper out and, let them outside when I can. But Jesus Christ, that spider looks terrible. Like, I don't even know what kind of spider that is, but oh, hell no. Like, I probably would have shot that thing. Anyway, she's got a bunch of nudie pictures. Is this a white woman? What the fuck? Yo, where did you even get these? Yo, hold on. He got a whole lot of bread in here. God damn, he getting paper. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, she finds all of these letters, bro. This entire time, she's been writing to her, and this douchebag has been hiding them. If I ever saw Mister, I'd probably slap him dead in the mouth. Cause I mean, like, you hiding all these letters from me. Now, your boy Sin, it doesn't matter if the letters are getting hid from him, because if it ain't in audiobook form, I'm not gonna be able to read it anyway. I have the reading ability of a first grader. All right, I'm lying. I can read. I promise. We get to spring of 1989. Now, at this point in the movie, Celie is basically reading all of the letters that Netty has wrote to her. I wrote this letter on the side of the Africa coast. Something struck my soul like it vibrated. And here Netty is in Africa, running around with Giraffe and Simba. No matter what I'm doing, I'm writing to you. Now, she's in Africa with all the kids and the two people that took them in. I mean, they're literally with zebras, elephants, all types of stuff. Now, she explains that there's a little girl that has a sister. She teaches her how to read, just like Netty did for Celie. That there are people in Africa that don't want them to read or write. It's kind of like white people in America. Now, she explains that the white people are making a road that is going to literally go through the entire village of Olank where they've been staying at. They done tore down everything. The hut, the church, the school. It's kind of crazy, man. All of the people in the village had to relocate. Now, I ain't gonna lie. At this point in the story, he done struck her in the nose. Literally got her bleeding because he been calling her for hours. Man, I hate Mr. Celie, please, for the love of God, please cut this dude's throat. Murder him! Or I would have been cut his throat. Even Shug know that she might be about to smoke his ass. Now, look at him the whole time that she's sharpening this razor, talking crazy. You would think for somebody that's about to have a razor put to his neck that he'd be a little bit more kind. Now, Shug stops her before she kills him. Shug, why? Anyways, they're all at dinner. And this is one of my favorite parts of the movie because this is the part of the movie where Celie stands up for herself for the first time. Now, Celie's coming to Memphis with us. Over my dead body. Girl, what's wrong with you? You're a low down dirty dog. That's what's wrong with me. You all in my way. And your dead body is the perfect floor mat for me to get to where I need to be. Can't talk to my boy that way. Good boy. You should have made him a half a decent man. You took my sister away from me. My kids are in Africa. And they gonna be a whole lot better than any of these poor souls you try to raise. Now, hold on now, Celie. No, Harpo. Because if you hadn't been trying to beat on Sophia, the white people would never got it. It's truth in it. Kids are rotten. Made my life here hell. Of course, your dad ain't nothing but some dead door shit. It was bad for one laugh at the man. Now at this point, Sophia is back to her old self. This whole moment that made Sophia really be herself, man. And she thanked Celie. Thanked her for being there for her. That day she was in the store with Miss Melly, she was feeling terrible. When she seen her, she knew there was a God and that she get to go home one day. And here this dude Mister talking about you ain't gonna get a penny of my money. Man, ain't nobody want your money. You need to take that money and go get a hair transplant. Go to Greece. Get right like LeBron. Now I ain't gonna lie, Mister is a douchebag, but he is the worst, and I mean worst person in this scene ever. Bro, he literally talks so bad about Celie here. Tells her that she's gonna be nothing but Shug's maid, that she's ugly, that she's shaped funny, and nobody's gonna listen to her because she can't stand up for herself. But what does Miss Celie do? She curses him. Exactly what she should do. That everything is gonna crumble till you do right by me. Now Celie leaves with Shug and her husband. They going to Memphis. She gonna beat somebody. Look at her on the train, drinking wine, got a nice hat on. This next moment is really special to me because she's in this train and she sees this little girl running after her, and it reminds her of her childhood self and her sister Netty. She even gets to throw some chocolate at her. This dude Mister is bad right now. Bro just drinking, house all messed up, animals all in the crib. Feel like he living in a zoo or something. Everything fell apart exactly like Celie said it would. He should have did right by her. Things probably wouldn't have ended up as bad. Now Celie's dad ended up dying. She finds out that it's not really her dad, that her real dad got lynched, and her mom married this dude 2 years after. So her kids aren't really her brother and sister. Thank God. Now her real dad, he owned the house, the land, and everything. But Miss Celie, she got a house after this dude died. She even opened up her own shop where she works on clothes. Things are going good for Celie. The only thing that's missing is her sister. But see, just like she said, until Mister does right by her, everything will crumble. So he finally did right by her. He went to immigration, and he made it so Netty and her kids could come back. And they finally got reunited. Her, Adam, Olivia, everything ended up better. Even Shug reunited with her dad. You know, sometimes the most wicked people can at some point in their life do one good thing. Now, I don't know if Mister did this because his life was falling apart, or if he felt like if he did this, that this curse would be broken. I have no idea. What I do know is that because he made this act, Miss Celie and her sister got to see each other again. And you know, maybe that's enough. Enough to say that sometimes people can change. Whether or not it's too late, or whether or not you think that Mister is a good or a bad person, he did do one good thing. I'm not going to forgive him, but that doesn't mean he's someone that can't change. This movie taught us a lot about pain, perseverance, and finding small glimpses of happiness in a world full of negativity, pain, sorrow. Miss Celie never really had a good childhood, didn't have a good adulthood. She found small glimpses of happiness in her mundane, painful life. It should teach all of you out there that's watching this movie to always try to look at the glass half full, even if sometimes in life it feels like you don't even have a glass at all. This was The Color Purple. Thanks for watching.